Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, but I just wanted to come on since it is after Stationery Fest, and I just wanted to come on and talk about Stationery Fest and share what I got from both Stationery Fest and Stationery Store Day. So Stationery Fest was this weekend. As I'm filming this, this is Sunday, and yesterday, August 1st, was Stationery Store Day. So I have a lot of stationery from both Stationery Fest and Stationery Store Day. Not a whole lot, actually. Like, it's a very modest haul, but I just wanted to come on since it was like fresh and I kind of want to dig into all this and just kind of share my thoughts, my experience of going to Stationery Fest for the first time and all the little goodies that I got. And so I'm going to actually take everything out of this beautiful bag. Got this bag with a purchase at one of the booths in Stationery Fest, and out of all the bags that I've received, this one was by far the prettiest, and so it's the one that I kind of kept afterwards and like dumped all of the things in there. So I have things that I bought, I have freebies, I have a lot of business cards and free stickers and stuff like that, and so I kind of want to just take everything out and then walk through everything. But this is the bag. Look how cute that is. And this one, I think you pronounce it Kamiri Studio. I did get some stickers and I got this beautiful enamel pin, and I did get some things for my friend who I've already given to them because Friday was their birthday, and so I wanted to get some little goodies. So I'm going to quickly here, as I'm talking about Stationery Fest, sort things out, because some stuff is from the Stationery Fest marketplace, some stuff is from Yoseka stationery, like the actual stationery store, and then some are from purchases that I made on Saturday, which was August 1st, which was Stationery Store Day. And I went to a few stationery stores and got some things there. So I'm just gonna quickly sort myself. So yeah, Stationery Fest. This was my first ever Stationery Fest experience. I did not go to the first Stationery Fest when they did it in, what was that, 2024? So I went this year, and this year it was at Industry City, which is like this huge, big kind of shopping entertainment warehouse complex thing in Sunset Park, Brooklyn. And I always go to Industry City because I love Japan Village and I love going to the Daiso there and all the things. But they rented out, I guess, the event space in Industry City for Stationery Fest. And apparently it was a much bigger space than what they used before. And yeah, it was a lovely space. It was huge. I know I have the Stationery Fest like map in here. So this little envelope, I got it with, oh my God, what is the Atelier by Joe? I bought this thing and she put it in this beautiful envelope. And so I have all of like the free pamphlets and postcards and all of my little stamping, because there were a lot of stamp rally, like, you know, every booth had like a different, like their own stamp and just cards and all kinds of things, swatches and all kinds of stuff in here. And so I'm gonna pull these guys out, and that's what I have in here. So I'll probably show what I have in there, but Stationery Fest. It was generous. I'm just looking for the map. So this is the one that I printed out. This is one they shared in the email and on their website and stuff. And I printed it out so that I can mark up things. But look at this, it's huge. They gave us this event guide. This is what we got when we checked in and walked in for the first time, and I believe the map's in here too. Yeah. So there was an uptown space and a downtown space. So the downtown space was a smaller section, and the uptown space was this larger section. And this larger section, this is where I spent the most time because it was a lot. A lot of the bigger brands were in this section, and then this section was like some of the smaller brands. I think the biggest brand in this section was Pipsticks. What was next to Pipsticks? Because they had like a big booth. I-05. I don't know what was I-05. Diamine. Really? Was it Diamine? It was Diamine. Oh my God, it was Diamine. So those are the two biggest brands. Every other table, every other booth here was like a smaller brand and a lot of like Japanese brands. So I think like JO2 like took up like these three booths, but there were like three different Japanese brands that kind of shared that area, or like shops, because they sold a variety of Japanese brand stationery there. But most of the major ones were over here. So Yoseka was over here. We had Ferris Wheel Press and Esterbrook. You had Travelers. You had Plotter, MD, all those. Ranger was over here. Like this was like the more of the major brands. But yeah, when we checked in, they gave us this, and I already had this map already printed and ready. And then we got a little flag, which I took my little plastic thing off because I'm putting this in my journal, but we got a Stationery Fest flag, and I think that's what they gave us upon coming in. And so I went on Thursday. I did the marketplace on Thursday, and then I did a spacewalk on Friday, and I had the 11 a.m., the first timed entry ticket. And yeah, got there super early, and the line was already wrapping around the block. And so by the time we got in, it was like 11, for me it was like 11:10 was when I was in the marketplace. And yeah, it was okay. I want to just start off by saying that my experience at Stationery Fest was great. Like, it was fun. I hate big crowds, so it was a little overwhelming, and I'm absolutely exhausted after this weekend because I don't like crowds. I don't like it. It drains me so much. So that's like my own personal thing. But overall, had a good time. If I were to do Stationery Fest again next year, I would probably buy tickets for 2 days and split the marketplace between the 2 days, because we were there all day. We entered at 11, we didn't leave until 5. So it was like an all-day thing. And then, you know, with the general admission tickets, you can't leave and then come back. You just have to stick it out in this section. So we did. So it was like this section. So the uptown, the downtown, and then a courtyard here that had like food. It had like a make and take area and like a meetup spot. And it was super cute. Fortunately, it was raining on Thursday. And so, yeah, it was kind of wet on the outside, and not a whole lot of people were outside until like the end, like towards the end of the day when it dried up. But no, it was good. Like when we got in, we had a plan. My boyfriend and I had a plan, and it didn't work out. And so, yeah, I was just like, let's just head to the Yoseka booth first, because I wanted to get the pin. So let's do that, the Yoseka stuff. And so at the Yoseka booth, they were giving out the activity book, which I grabbed, and they were giving out the Industry City pin. So this was their, the Industry City pin that has like the Stationery Fest iconography on it, and then the Yoseka logo. And then when you go to Yoseka, the actual store, which we did on Friday, they gave a companion green point pin with the Yoseka branding. They gave out a free Yoseka flag that I took my flag off the thing because these are going in my journal. And I think that's it that I took from actual Yoseka. I did actually take this from the Yoseka store. They were giving out Stationery Fest posters. So I got a nice big Stationery Fest poster as well. And unfortunately at Stationery Fest, we didn't get to do the Stationery Fest merch booth, because when we went to the Yoseka booth, there was already a line forming for the Stationery Fest merch. And so I got just like the freebie stuff. So like they gave out the event guide, they gave out the little flag that I have here, and then a bunch of other little things that I took from there. So in like the make and take section, they had the postcards. So I just took one, and then they had these postcards, which I realized I have my boyfriend's. I have 2 of them, but this was blank, and they had like a little stamping station that you go and order. It was like 4 stamps that you do the stamping, and then you get the Stationery Fest logo. So I have 2 of them, which means I have my boyfriend's and I have to give him his. But that, and I think that was it in terms of Stationery Fest kind of branded stuff. I'm just going to go through the pins first that I have here. I already said that I got this one at Yoseka. So if you go to Yoseka, like now, as I'm filming this, it's Sunday, August 2nd, but like this week, they probably still have a whole bunch of these that they've been giving out for free. So you can grab that at Yoseka, and it is the twin of the Industry City one. And then I got this at a spacewalk. So we did a spacewalk on Friday, and they gave out this pin, and it just says a spacewalk at Stationery Fest 2026 Summer New York Lounge of East Asia. And all the spacewalk stuff had this little bear with this pigeon hat on it, which I thought was super cute. And then this pin was in the make and take sort of area, the makers area. We can make our own pin. And so I forgot the brand that had all the stickers, but it was these cute little stickers, and you didn't have to use them. You can do whatever you want, but I made this little pin. And then the last pin that I have is this enamel pin that I bought from this brand. Which was of the bag. Oh my God, that beautiful bag, the Camiri Studio. I bought this pin, and I bought a different pin for my friend, and I did buy stickers for my friend, and then I bought a double. So I bought one of these for my friends as well. This cute little sticker. So this is what I bought for myself because I absolutely love this little bunny fairy, and the sticker was so adorable. It's so stinking cute. So those are the pins that I bought. And then the one sticker, I'm just gonna move this aside. The one sticker that I got from that booth. And so that was kind of like one of the first purchases. Another first purchase was from this booth, Ray Tora, and I ended up getting a birthday card for my friend because it was their birthday on Friday. So, and then I got myself this sticker because I wanted, one of the specialty stickers from any of the booths that said Stationery Fest, and I thought this one was cute and celebratory. So I did get that from that booth. And then, this was probably an early purchase as well, which was from Mio Cherry, and it was a print it was a Totoro print, and it was super cute. The whole booth had like a bunch of art like this that was very Studio Ghibli themed, and this one I just had to get it because it was so stinking cute. And yeah, I wanted just to mention really quick about the kind of independent artists, the independent booths. Not the big brands, but like more of the independent artist brands that they had at Stationery Fest. And probably my biggest, pet peeve, it would be a pet peeve of Stationery Fest is that a lot of the artists and a lot of their art style was this kind of cutesy, kawaii art style. So like, this is not really my art style, like this stuff. It's just not, like, I'm not into this in terms of stationery. It's not like certain things I find cute, and, like this, I love this. I mean, as a print, I absolutely love it. But for stationery, it's not really my favorite. And there was a lot of booths. Like, I think the majority of the independent artist booths was this style of art, or this aesthetic, the kawaii, the cutesy, like, because all the art is different, right? But the style, the aesthetic is the same. And that wasn't my favorite. My boyfriend was very disappointed in that most of the independent artists was this kind of style. And I don't know, I just kind of felt there should have been a bit more variety of art styles. I would like to say that a good 35% of the booths were this cutesy style. And I get it. Like this is very much what's in terms of stationery, especially Asian brand stationery. But yeah, that was my only thing. But some of it was beautiful because I did buy certain things. This was gorgeous, and I just had to get this print. And I need to find some, I think this is like a 5x5 print. I really need to get like 5x5 frames to put these in, but I did pick that one up because I thought it was really cute. But yeah, that was kind of like my only thing, because I am more in like my aesthetic. What I'm drawn to is more into like this, like the watercolory, florally type stuff. And there was not a whole lot of that, which was slightly disappointing. But I kind of expected that for myself, but I don't think my boyfriend expected it, because he was kind of looking for a more rustic type feel, which he liked. Oh my God. I have like a whole thing here of, business cards. Business cards. I think it's Ovulation Press. I know it's a stationery store, and they do like letter pressing. Yeah, Ovulation Papers and Press. He absolutely loved their booth and like the stuff, like their aesthetic. Kind of, he wanted more of that sort of aesthetic, but again, like I mean, that's not my aesthetic at all, but I understand what he was saying, what he was feeling, that like everything was this. Like a lot of the booths was this cutesy, kawaii type of aesthetic, and there should have been more of a variety of them. But other than that, I think we had a good time. He had a fantastic time with like the inks and the pens and all the things. A spacewalk was really, really cool. Even though it was super expensive, like those pens they're glass pens, and they were all creators from Asia. So Japan, Korea, Hong Kong, like everything. And we got to like test out a lot of inks from there, and like actually test out those beautiful, beautiful dip pens. Some of them were glass. There were a few that were like metal. They were really, really cool, but really expensive. That's like for the super duper collector, I think. But it was a really fun experience. But yeah, so those are my first few purchases. Then I did go to Stationery Universe, I believe is the store. Yeah, Stationery Universe. And they had a whole bunch of Lauren Phelps design stuff. So like, I've heard of Lauren Phelps design. I think some creators that I follow on YouTube use their tip and tape. And so I know the name Lauren Phelps design, but I've never like followed them, never like looked into them myself or anything like that. But this booth, Stationery Universe, which I believe is a shop, they had like a whole bunch of Lauren Phelps design stuff, and they had like a whole like acrylic drawer like stand of washi tapes, and I absolutely went ham with the washi tapes. Look at these washi tapes. This is totally my aesthetic. These like floral, I love the like sort of vintage script. I love like these watercolor floral, just like all of it. So I bought these 4 washi tapes, and these guys were $6 each. So I kind of went crazy. And then I did buy this sheet of stickers. This was $4. Which are these kind of like washi strip stickers. I love this. Coco Daisy started doing them in their kits, and I absolutely love those sheets. They're so, so cute. And so this is sort of my aesthetic, just like florally and like illustrative, or not illustrative, like watercolory, like artsy. And I kind of wanted more of this stuff, but I already knew going in personally that, you know, I was probably not going to find a whole lot of stuff that I would want to get, because this is what, when I think of like stationery people and like planners and journaling, they kind of like the more cute stuff. And yeah, I knew this. I anticipated that, but I don't think my boyfriend did. But yeah, so from Lauren Phelps Design. And then I don't know what booth this is. I'm pretty sure I got their card, but it was an Asian brand. And they had all of these rub-ons. I absolutely love rub-ons, transfer stickers. And these were all like beautiful, like they were kind of like the MU transfer, like those designs. I have a bunch of MU transfer stickers in here that I got at Yoseka, but I love that. I love, like, you know me and my floral. I love the illustrated, like the watercolory floral stuff. So I bought this one, and then I did get this one. This one has a guitar on it, and then this one was like the script. This is kind of like what I'm into at the moment. I love this. So I did get 3 of those from that little shop that, fortunately, I do not know. Out of all the cards, I didn't I didn't keep, we just kind of threw everything in a bag. So, and then the envelope doesn't have anything, but I'm sure if I look at the map, I can pinpoint what shop this was. But yeah, this was very cute. And then we went to the Ranger booth. We actually went to the Ranger booth early on because I had recently watched Amy Tan's like last video, and she said she was gonna have her stuff at Stationery Fest, but at the Ranger booth. And I'm like, oh, I want to see this stuff in person. Now, I want to preface this by saying that Amy's style isn't necessarily my style. I know out of all of the American crafts designers, like the big OG American Crafts designers, Amy, Heidi, Dear Lizzie, Maggie Holmes. I kind of leaned more towards the crepe paper Maggie Holmes stuff, even though I did like a lot of early Dear Lizzie stuff and Heidi's stuff as well. I lean towards that sort of aesthetic, but I've been watching Amy's videos and I've been really wanting to see her stuff in person. I just want to see it in person, like the paper play books and stuff like that. I wanted to see in person. So I ended up getting the washi sticker book because this one was, out of like everything that I saw, what I would use the most would be this sticker book. And these are all washi stickers. And so a lot of it is junk journaling vibes, right? Like the aesthetic is very junk journaling, but I like the watercolor stuff that's in here. I thought that was really cute. There are some things that I will use, some things that I probably won't use, but that's okay. I can take this to junk journaling meetups, and if people want to use some, they can take and they can use it. I can share. But like this stuff, I love this for like layering and backgrounds. And then all the alphas, definitely. And then there's like a sheet of like splotches that I thought were really cool. Love Amy's hand lettering of the months. I would definitely use that. But these, like this was really, really cool. And like she had like a pack of transfer stickers that were also like the swatches. But I love everything in the back because these are all like good layering pieces in like different colors. And I thought this was fun. And so I did pick that up. And when I was at the Ranger booth, I was speaking to the ladies there and I was like, yeah, no, I watched Amy's last video and she said she was going to have some stuff here at Stationery Fest, and like I had to come and like check it out. And they were telling me like, oh, she's here, she's walking the marketplace. She's wearing like she's wearing all black, but she has like a big bright pink bag on her. So if you see her, you know, she's walking around, and I'm like, oh, cool. We were trying to find her. After we left the Ranger booth, we were trying to find her, and I'm just like, it's going to be impossible because there's tons of people here. So we went to this booth, the Chimera Studio. I'm pronouncing it totally wrong. But we went to this booth and like I bought pins, I bought the stickers, like all the things. And like we were turning to kind of walk on, and guess who was behind us? Amy Tangerine was behind us. And so I kind of turned around and I was like, oh my God, hi Amy, blah, blah. And so, you know, we chatted for a little bit. We talked about, you know, journaling, and I'm like, oh yeah, I started scrapbooking in 2012, and like you, Heidi, Maggie, Dear Lizzie were the first people that I kind of like followed. I loved the American Crafts crew, and we started talking about American Crafts and all the things. And I showed her my journal, and like she actually filmed me flipping through my journal. So you might see that in her Stationery Fest video, my journal sharing. But she was so sweet. Incredibly sweet. I was giving out like stickers. Like I printed out some of my sticker sheets, but like in little sample sizes. So like some of my digitals I just made into little sample sizes, and I was giving it out to people because, you know, people were like swapping, and I'm like, here, have a sticker, and then we'll swap. And so I gave her one of my sticker sheets, and like we were just talking about the size of my journal because, you know, I showed her this journal, and these are my little A6 journals, and I was telling her, yeah, no, I saw, because I like her, she has these TNs that are like mixed paper, but I don't use that size. I don't use the standard size. I use the A6 size. And like we were talking about the A6 size, and she's so incredibly sweet, and so happy I got to meet her. And yeah, I bought her sticker book. That was definitely a highlight, is meeting Amy at Stationery Fest. I mean, I also stopped by the plotter booth because Job from Job's Journal works for Plotter, and he was there, and we chatted a little bit. I gave him one of my sticker sheets, and he was very nice and very busy. That booth was so busy there because it was the Plotter, Travelers, MD paper. Like there was all the same booth, and there was like a line to like get to like the Traveler stuff. Like, oh my God, it was so busy. And okay, this was a little booth in the downtown section, that little creator section. This one is Atelier by Joe, and this was a mystery pack that I bought. because I'm into mystery packs now. Like, I love blind boxes, and so I was like, oh, stickers. I actually put her little business card in here. But yeah, these were just little 2 vinyl sticker mystery pack, and they were like 20 different designs that you can get, and like she had like a whole sheet on display. I should have taken a picture of it, but on display of like all the versions you can get. I ended up getting Cotton. I guess that's the character twice. One in this, it's like glitter vinyl, and then this one. And then we were able to take a business card. I actually didn't know this was her business cards. I saw the little tray and I'm like, are these her business cards? Because they all had different characters on it. And I asked her and she's like, yeah. She's like, I know they're like in a completely random spot, but they are. You can please take one. And so I did. And so I, treated myself to a cutesy little thing like that because I thought that was really, really cute. A little mystery pack. And so those are stickers. And then I did get some more stickers. I bought stickers from this shop. What shop is this? This one says Hobby Collector. I have the card for them. This one, the Paper Curator. And so this was the card that I took. And this was the sticker that I bought because I absolutely love that. They had some really cute, like, hobby girl type of stickers. And so I did get myself that. And I'm trying to think what else. I think I will go through these stickers last because they were freebies. They're all freebies, so we're gonna go through that last. Let's do these. So this was a freebie. It was a booth in the smaller space. I'm trying to get the map out. So in this space, it was JO2, and JO2 was like 3 different tables, but they were different stores, I think, from Japan. And they were selling like a variety of different Japanese stationery. And my boyfriend actually got this. Apparently, if you follow them on Instagram, or follow one of the shops on Instagram, they gave you a freebie, and this was the freebie, and it's a cute little sticky note set, and it has 3 designs, and this was so cute. And so I'm definitely going to use that because it's definitely in sort of my style and aesthetic that I like. So that was that. And then in that area as well, there was a booth called Nicole Josephine, and I believe this booth was right next to Ovulation Papers and Press. This was the booth that my boyfriend really, really liked. Like the aesthetic, this was kind of what he wanted more of at Stationery Fest. And I agree, Nicole Josephine, I've never heard of this artist before, but her style was very different and very unique from all of like the cutesy stuff that was around. And what I noticed was that like a lot of the smaller booths over here in this side were like all of these little cutesy little shops. And honestly, after a while, it started looking like the same art everywhere. Even though there were different people, the style was very, very similar. And this was refreshing. Her art was really, really refreshing. Like, just look at the pond here on this traveler's notebook. It was very like rustic, and it was just different. And I think that's why Ovulation Papers and Press appealed to my boyfriend so much, because it was sort of like that rustic, very Pacific Northwest, because I believe they're in Portland, feel, right? Amongst all of this cutesy, colorful stuff. Like Pipsticks was over here as well. I think J01 was Pipsticks. And Pipsticks is very bright, very junk journal-y, like that sort of thing. I wish there were more artists that were more unique like this. There was one in the bigger room. I'm just pulling out my bag of business cards here. I didn't buy anything from her, but I remember really, really liking her booth and like her art. And this one? No, this one is Nicole Josephine. And so this was the art, right? It's so unique, so different from all the cutesy stuff. This one, Savannah Scribbles. Like, this art was so cool. All of the stuff that she had was all like ghosty and like Halloween themey, and that wasn't really what I was looking for, but I was amazed. I was like, this is cute. It's still cutesy, but like, it's not bright and colorful and pastel and like kawaii, and it was different, right? These two brands really stood out to me because the art was different. It's kind of like, oh my God, a booth that we regretted not like bypassing was Sterling Ink. I remember, I mean, I've known Sterling Ink and followed Sterling Ink for a while, but my boyfriend pointed out Sterling Ink because, you know, I believe her name is Catherine. Her designs are very like that. They're not cutesy colors, they're more muted and moody, and he's like this. And we were on our way to Ranger, and I said, oh, we'll come back, like, should we come? It was a crowded booth, and he's like, let's come back, and we never did. And I feel so bad that we never went back, because I think he would have really liked Sterling Ink's like style. But yeah, I found that these two, like, it was just different, right? It was just different. So from Nicole Josephine, I did get her stamp set because I love these little alphas. I have a similar one that I got from Crepe Paper, but I compared, these are smaller and the font's different. This font is very Taylor Swift folklore. Like, that's what it looks like. And I love using this in my journal. And then I was curious about this. It's a Passport Traveler's notebook insert, but inside of it is Tomoe River paper. And so it's like, it's like that thin Hobonichi paper, 52 GSM Tomoe River paper. And I'm like, ooh, I wanted to just try it out. And it's so beautiful. Pond of Thoughts. It's so beautiful. The gold foiling on that. Yeah. So I had to pick up those two things from her. I thought those were really lovely. My boyfriend actually picked up some ink and some stickers from Ovulation. We did not pick up anything from her, but I'm just gonna like put these so I know that I talked about them. What else do I have here? We have this little cannoli here, and this was from, hold on, I think I have the card and the bag that came with. Again, I picked up like everybody's card. It was like quite insane. That one, I think it's from that one. Like, this is, I have two of these, but this is from Ritora, and then this one is from that brand. So we can put those aside because we talked about those. And yes, I think this one is Inky. Yes. And they are little, they're cannolis. They're like, I think they're microfiber cloths. Well, this is leather. And this is like a microfiber cloth, but this is to kind of wipe down. They had one for glasses that you can, you know, wipe your glasses, but this one in particular, the ones that we got, were for fountain pens. So, you know, when you dip your fountain pen to refill the cartridge, or I use TWSBI, so like the piston fill, when I fill up from ink, you always have like those ink droplets on the nib, and you use I use a paper towel to wipe them off. You use this. That's what this is for. You use kind of this micro cloth to kind of dab it. We thought it was really cute. They were really, really cute. And we ended up getting two, and I got one in pink. So this one was like the strawberry, because it's cannoli. Get it? It was super cute. And so that's them, Inky. They're a Brooklyn-based company. They make these right in Brooklyn. So we got that. And then I'm trying to think what else I got. This was from over here, so I'm just moving. So yeah, everything else was freebies, besides inks. So the inks, I came away with these 3 inks. I actually don't know what this is. We went to Ferris Wheel Press, the booth, because there were some inks that I wanted that they didn't have in stock anymore. Like, they ran out that day by the time we got to them. But they gave us the sample ink, and all it says is Pearl 10. It says Pearl, the Pearl series, Ink Pot of Mystery. And it's a shimmer, but I haven't swatched it yet. So I don't know what type of shimmer or what type of color this is, but it is like a reddish, like a coppery shimmer. I don't know. I'm interested to see what type of color this is. My boyfriend got the same one, so I'm assuming it's just the same mystery ink that they just filled up in these little bottles, but they gave these out to us, which was really, really nice. And then at a spacewalk, we swatched a bunch of ink, and these were 2 that I picked up. And I'm just going to pull out my spacewalk ink swatches here so that I can show you what we got. So I ended up getting these 2. I ended up getting 43 and 15. So this one's 43 and this one is 15. And I don't know. This one's made in Korea. I'm assuming the brand is called Hase. And then this brand is called, I don't know, Luke. I have no idea. They had like they called it a ink tasting. I'm actually going to show you how it is in the guide because I thought it was really, really cute. They had this ink tasting. So like it says here, sip, well sample, Tono and Lim's inks found nowhere else but at a Spacewalk event. So these are like exclusive inks. So all the inks here were exclusive for a Spacewalk event, and the brand is Tono and Lim's. And then so this was a Spacewalk, and then all of these were like the glass pens, the dip pens, and then some stationery. I think it was like this, yeah. The brands, the different independent artisans, and then these were the bigger Tono and Limbs and Idea Switch tables, and then the tasting area. And so we swatched a lot of inks, like a lot of them, just to kind of see. They had like all these pads of paper that you can swatch all the inks, and I kind of wanted some more pink inks. My boyfriend was looking for some more like green and like foresty type inks, but I wanted more pink inks because I don't have a whole lot of them. So I swatched a lot of pink inks, and I was really loving this one and this one, but I settled on the 15 because it was like an in-between. And honestly, now that I'm looking at it, this kind of looks like my Sailor Yoseka ink, which I absolutely love, so that's no surprise to me. This one was beautiful though. It's like this hot pink, but if you see the shimmer, it's like purple. Oh my god, it was so cute. That one was instant yes. And like, I bought this ink and now I regret not buying the TWSBI Fluorite, the purple fluorite pen, which is pretty much sold out everywhere. I can't find it because I think that would have been a perfect ink for that pen. Unfortunately, I did not get that pen, so I doubt that TWSBI is going to get more in stock because normally they don't, but hopefully I can find one somewhere because I think that's like the perfect ink. And I would have to get like a medium or a broad or a stub for that because of that shimmer, but it's so pretty. So I ended up getting these two inks from a Spacewalk, so that's fun. And like all these swatches. And then what else? I guess all of my stickers and like freebie stuff, like all of these business cards, all the business cards. Like I have a whole envelope full of stuff, all the business cards. Actually, in the make and take area, they had a post-crossing table, and the woman's like, go get postcards. And so I found these postcards and I picked them up and took them with me. The Ranger card, these are all like the business cards for different shops that we passed, bigger cards. And then this was like a little fortune in, oh my god, what was that booth called? They had all these handmade notebooks that were leather and handmade paper. It was really pretty. And mine wasn't really a fortune, it was a question: what feels heavy today? So I have that for my journal, I guess. In the make and take area, they have like these embossing press that you can emboss Stationery Fest. I don't know if you can see them, like it's very light. So I have two there. And then these are all from a Spacewalk and from the main area. I think these are all from a Spacewalk. These are all the Asian brands that do the glass pens and stuff. So we took like every single card from them. Yeah, these were all from a Spacewalk. The glass pens, the wood pens were really cool. These were more glass pens. And then this was a brand that had like everything was like mushroom themed, which I thought was really, really cool. More glass pens. So this was all from a Spacewalk. This one was the same brand as this. This was from the main marketplace. And then of course I took a plotter one. I met, I don't know if I mentioned, but I did meet Job. He was working the plotter booth. Paper Seahorse. I forget where I got this from. Took that. Oh, you can see here, I don't know if you can see the embossing better here, but that's from that. This one was really cool. The Creeping Moon. This was like very, it was very D&D-esque stationery, which was interesting. Bungle Box. I I think these were one of the ink. Yeah, these were like the pen. These were all like handmade pens. So a lot of business cards were collected. This, some woman gave me this. She came up to me and she's like, "What you want? Like a thing?" And I'm like, "Sure." I guess she was giving them out. Dreamer's Monocle, I believe. That's, I would assume that's, it says at Dreamer's Monocle. So maybe on TikTok or Instagram. And I was like, "Sure." So she was giving out like her own little postcard here. And I gave her a sticker sheet. That was cute. And then another woman I know, her name is Vada. And on Instagram, she's Paper Sticker Life. I met her when I did a craft fair in Highland Park, New Jersey, and she was there, and we knew each other. We were both going to be there, but there were so many people, and it's very hard to like find anybody. And we just so bumped into each other, and it was so sweet. And she was there with her friend, and she gave me like a little packet that had tea packet, her little card, and then a pet tape sample sheet, and I gave her one of my sticker sheets, and so that was really cute. So I have her stuff here. But yeah, like the little swap thing, you know what I'm missing? I'm missing a sticker, and I don't know where it is. It's probably in here. Okay, let me just go through all of these stickers here because it's probably in here. But this washi tape is an MT tape that was in the make and take area, and like I had my journal on me, but I didn't want to put it into the journal, so I put it on here so that I can peel it up and put it in my journal when I want to use it. But this was a tape that I always wondered what it looked like, and I actually really love it. So I might actually buy a roll of this if I see it anywhere. It's the MT floral. But I have all of these, and all of this was free. These were all free stickers from different booths. So this one was from the Zodiac Pen Company, and then this one was from that Pens by Pascal, I think his name was. Yes, Pens by Pascal, and that's his face, which I thought was hilarious, and it's like in a hollow. I thought it was so funny. We have Stationery Zen. We have Stationery Universe. They gave me one of their stickers. This one, I think her name is Nina. I have not met her. Well, I met her at Stationery Fest, but I've seen her at a bunch of the Art Girl like events, and she runs NYC Craft Club. And so she gave me one of her stickers, and I gave her one of my sticker sheets. I did see Jess, who works with Megan at Art Girl, gave her one of my sticker sheets as well. I saw them at the Pipstick booth. Mayfair pens were giving out. This one, I'm celebrating my blank at Stationery Fest 2026. This was in the make and take area with where the postcards were. And so I took one because it's Stationery Fest themed. We are stationery people. I don't know who gave me this. This was in something that I bought. Like I bought something and they put this sticker in there, which is really sweet. It's such a really good sticker. Stationery Zen. This is another. Did I buy anything from Stationery Zen? I don't know if I did, but I got 2 stickers. I don't know if we did. We might have. And then this one was from Daigo. I don't know, but they're having an exclusive. They gave us one of these stickers. They gave us 2. Like I got one and my boyfriend got one too. They're having a pop-up event at Yoseka in October. And so those are all the little free stickers that I got from a Stationery Fest. This one is probably the coolest one. I absolutely love that one. And I don't know where I got it. Like, I'm pretty sure it was probably Stationery Universe put it in with what I bought. I'm thinking that one definitely came with something that we bought. I just don't know what it came with. I think that is everything from Stationery Fest. I'm just gonna look through this. Again, my boyfriend bought some stuff from Ovulation, and this was from the paper bag, and I wanted to put that in my journal. And then, oh my God, every person had like a little stamp, and so I kind of went crazy, more the ink swatching, but I kind of went crazy with the stamping. Like any booth that had stamp. This one, the stamp was, I want to say this was the Ovulation booth. They had one that you press, and then you can put it into the little glycine bag, which was really cute. But Stationery Fest, this one I tried my best, but it was like a 3 stamp, but it didn't line up very well, and so I have the 3 tries there. And then I have like this pad that I brought. So the Yoseka one, oh God, yes. Okay, so they had these at their booth in Stationery Fest, and then at Yoseka, because we went to Yoseka, they had the other ones. So you can collect them all. I collected like every Yoseka stamp at Yoseka Land, they had a different one. So you're supposed to like collect all of them. A spacewalk. They had a special spacewalk one. And then this traveler's one that I printed badly. But at a spacewalk, they had these guys. So there was... Let me see. There's so many. This was the one that was at Yoseka. At Yoseka Land. And then these were the ones that were at a spacewalk. And so they were different ones. And you're, supposed to collect them all, right? So I have all of those. These were from a spacewalk and Yoseka. This was from the Yoseka booth. And I did it in all the colors. And then, oh man, I don't know who had these, but I put them there. Stationery Universe had these guys. And then Ranger... This was that girl's, what is it? Atelier by Joe. Ovulation. Had that one. Yeah, Atelier by Joe. She had a whole bunch of them. So I stamped that. Pipsticks had these, not trash. I came for the pip stickers. Bunga Box. Lucky Star. The Zodiac pen. This is your sign to buy a Zodiac pen. And then Stationery Fest. That was another Pipsticks one, and then these were just the Stationery Fest ones. So I have a lot of stickers, of stamps. I'm going to cut them all out and put them in my journal. I'm going to have like 1,000,000 pages for my journal for Stationery Fest, because it's all going to go in there. In the make and take area, they had a place where you can like use punches to punch out paper, but I just really loved this paper, so I just took it. I took that paper, and then this is not from Stationery Fest. I have some things in here that aren't from Stationery Fest, but it's like from when I hung out with my friends and for the weekend, and I just want to keep it here because it's part of the weekend stuff. And so those are all the little paper thingies and things from Stationery Fest, and I'll sort that out later. And this was all the stuff that I got at Stationery Fest. And then since Stationery Fest was at Industry City, we did go into Daiso because there's a huge Daiso in Industry City. And I just picked up the sticky note because I love me a grid sticky note. And then I used their correction tape. This one looks like a newer version of it, but I picked up 2 because I do use them in my Hobonichi and I like having them in stock. So that's what I got from Daiso. And then on Friday, after we did a spacewalk, we actually went to Yoseka. We went to Yoseka and Yoseka Land, and we did buy some things. So I'm going to show you what I got from Yoseka. And like they had like so many little freebie things too. Just making sure I got everything because there was a lot of stuff. Okay. They had like this case, these little like boxes at the checkout in both Yoseka, the store, and in Yoseka Land. And it was just these cute little Yoseka stickers. And we tried to get every design, like we ended up getting the same design twice, but we tried getting every single design that they had that we could find in them. And we got 2 of each. This one we got 4 because we got it twice. Not unfortunately, but by mistake. We probably got one in Yoseka and then one in Yoseka Land, but those are stickers. Those are really, really cute, and they were free, and you can just take them. And then these are the upcoming Yoseka Land events. I have like 2 of these. I think they got one in Yoseka and in Yoseka Land. Hobonichi preview happening. So there's that. And then the stuff that I got from Yoseka. I got this jot paper sticker, full adhesive. I guess it's like a sticky note that's fully adhesive, but it had this beautiful art in it. I haven't opened it yet, but definitely my vibe, my aesthetic. All of the stuff pretty much that I got were like that sort of vibe. This little sticky notepad also has like that floral aesthetic on it. Just love that. This was the only thing that wasn't. This was just too cute, and I figured that this would fit since it's a M6 binder. It'll fit in the Filofax, my pocket Filofax, but it was just so stinking cute with the little doggies. So I picked that up. And then my boyfriend actually picked this up. He picked up 2. It's like, they're almost like laminating sheets. You can use the QR code and scan it to see the video, but it's like to press flowers. and to have it in your journal. And like, we're all about pressing flowers these days. And so he picked up 2 packs, one for him and one for me. And so we're gonna do some flower pressing and see how that works. And then I went crazy with the MU print-on stickers, which are the transfer stickers. These are so pretty. I have so many of them, and I really liked these. I want to say that I have this one, but I didn't remember, so got it again. And then this one. So that was from Yoseka, and that was after a spacewalk on Friday. And then on Saturday, we went up to Beacon, New York. Now, Saturday was Stationery Store Day, and I know a bunch of stationery stores were doing things for Stationery Store Day. We decided to get out of the city and go up to Beacon, New York. We've never been to Beacon, New York, but I did mark off a stationery store there that they had like a little thing on their, like by the register for Stationery Store Day, but I ended up getting this ink, which is Daddy Long Legs from Wearing Gill? I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's a beautiful pink with like a gold shimmer, and I'm planning to get the pink lemonade Twisby that's coming out, and I thought this would be a really cute ink for that. And then I got this pencil board that it's a very unique size pencil board. It's like smaller than A6 but bigger than Field Notes, and I was like, okay, I don't know. I thought it would be good I'd probably have to cut it down, but I thought it would be good in my little Passport TN notebook, but it was very pretty, and so I got that. And so that's what I got at that stationery store. And then we went into a bookstore, and I found this. Now, I don't know how well this is going to write, but the box is a beautiful one, but I opened it up, and I'm like, oh, it's a pen. And then I'm like, oh, wait, it's a fountain pen. It's a fountain pen. That is a cartridge. And it's so pretty. I have not opened this to look at it, and I'm pretty sure it's probably not the best fountain pen. It was $20. It's metal. It's really, really heavy though. It's probably not the best writer. It is a fine. It's probably, I want to say maybe a Chinese fine. It's a Peter Popper press pen, so maybe not. It's a UK brand. But yeah, it takes a cartridge, and it says a universal converter. Oh, it comes with a converter. I thought it was going to be empty. Okay. And then it comes with a cartridge. That's cool. That was completely unexpected. I clearly didn't read the back of the box. It says universal cartridge and piston. I thought it just like took that, but apparently it came with it. That's super cool. But look how pretty it is. It's a white pen, and it has like the butterflies and flowers on the cap, and like it was $19. And I was like, yeah, it's probably not the nicest writer, but I thought that was really cute, and it was very pretty, and the box is really pretty, and for $19, might as well try it. A lot of these pens, sometimes you can replace the nibs. I don't know if this one you can just like pull out the whole thing, but I figured I'd try it for $19. It's so pretty. And so I have that, and I think that's it. I think that's everything. There's a lot here to sift through, a lot of things that I need to sort into my stash. A lot of fun stuff to play with, and yeah, overall Stationery Fest was good. It was a success. I don't like using that term because I went in there with like absolutely no expectations. There was nothing that I wanted in terms of stationery, and there was nothing that I needed. So I kind of went in there and was like, oh, that's cute. Am I going to use it? If I was, then yes, I bought it. If I wasn't, and I'm like, that's cute, I don't need that. That's kind of the mindset that I went. I didn't really need anything, and I didn't really want anything outside of like the new Twisby pen that doesn't come out until like the August 5th. So, and Twisby wasn't even there. And so I am slightly disappointed that I didn't get any Ferris wheel press inks, because there were some that I wanted that they just didn't have there. Like they had, but they sold out of them. And yeah, I think that was it. I think that was it. I was hoping that I would find more stationery that's like this aesthetic, but again, it was few and far between, which was unfortunate. But I'm happy with the little haul that I got. I got some new inks that I need to swatch, and got some new washi tape and some stickers and lots of fun little freebies that everything will be going into my journal. So this is the journal that I'm currently using, and I think this is where I'm left off, and I think the rest of this signature is just going to be Stationery Fest. I honestly think the rest of the signature is going to be Stationery Fest, and then August would be this one, because every bit of everything, I think I might pick and choose what I put in here, but I think a majority of all the paper stuff that I collected from Stationery Fest is going to go in here, and it's probably going to fill up the rest of that signature in that journal. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and just chat about Stationery Fest and show you what I got. Definitely would consider going again next year, if they do it again next year, and especially if they do it again at Industry City. I think that was the perfect location for it. It really, really was the perfect location for it. The space was great. I would do differently. I would not just do the one day at the marketplace. I'd probably do two, and honestly try to get VIP tickets, because the VIPs let you enter. I think it was for all 3 days, if I'm not mistaken, and it let you leave the venue and come back later. Yeah, I think I would just do it different, but maybe instead of doing one day at the marketplace, do two, because being there all day, it's exhausting, and it probably wouldn't have made more sense to do the morning on Thursday, so the morning, and then do the morning entry again on Friday, because it's less people in the morning. But the VIPs get to go in 2 hours before, so I don't know if that would have been a better experience, but yeah. Anyway, that is my little share of what I got from Stationery Fest. Hopefully, if you went to Stationery Fest this weekend, you had a fantastic time. If it was your first time in New York, hopefully New York treated you well, and that you had a great time in Brooklyn at Stationery Fest, at Yoseka, at probably Loaf on Paper, and all the other stationery stores that are in Brooklyn, or Manhattan if you actually went into Manhattan. But yeah. Anyway, friends, thank you so much for listening to me chat and looking at all my haul. I will hopefully see you again soon. I want to make some videos for you, so hopefully I can get to them now. Anyway, thanks so much, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.